Greetings everybody, I am Lobo and welcome to episode 13 of my Minecraft survival series. Today we're going to be doing some work here on the surface. We're actually going to be adding structures to the surface of our town, finally. Right over there. But first we have some work that I need to get done on our ship back here, the Flying Wolfman, so let's head back there for just a few minutes. For those of you that don't know, the Flying Wolfman is home to our AFK fish farm. It's so cramped down here, excuse me. Alright, so the Flying Wolfman is home to our AFK fish farm, and down here below deck is where all of our storage is, and it's kind of become overrun with a bunch of trash bows and fishing rods, as you can see. We've got separate storage back here for all our useful stuff, all our enchanting books and whatnot, but we do need to do something about the main storage area, and we need to dispose of those bows and fishing rods somehow. Now, what I've been doing so far, and more for my entertainment than anything else, I should have emptied out the hoppers before I started this. Alright, but what I've been doing so far, more for my own entertainment than anything else, is kind of taking the stuff out of our chests and loading them into our cannons right here to fire out to sea. And, we can, you can see what I'm talking about in just a minute. So with our cannons loaded, we can come up here, we can give the order to fire, and you can see that, all our stuff gets shot out into the ocean right here from the cannons on the side of our ship. And, I just wait for it to despawn at the bottom of the ocean, which is, I guess, fine since I'm the only one playing in this world. I'm not really, causing anybody any trouble. But the thing is, there's got to be a better, more efficient, and faster way to do this. And that's what we're going to take care of today. So what I was thinking was, since we do have like a whole section of our ship that's pretty much untouched right under here, we built this thing underwater, so it's like a full ship, right? And we have this whole section right here that's not being used. What I was thinking is we could build an item disposal system, and I briefly considered using lava. I just want to line this up real quick. I briefly considered using lava, but considering our ship is made of wood, that's probably not the best idea. So I think what I'm going to do, go ahead and take these out. What I'm going to do is make an item disposal system using cactus. Alright, so the first thing we need to do before we do anything else is put some redstone torches up to lock the hoppers before we put those in. And what the hoppers are going to do is they're going to feed into these droppers right here. So we're going to put droppers right in here that are going to drop the items down into a water stream that are going to force them into a cactus. So we'll put the hoppers in like this. And that redstone torch locks the hopper, which means the items from the chest are not flowing into it at the moment, which is good. We don't want items flowing in there that could potentially be useful. So that's why we're locking them at the moment. We'll find a way to unlock them when it's time to dispose of the trash in our system. So let me go ahead and get the rest of those done. And we're also going to put our water stream in right here on this line right here. So we'll throw ice blocks down to get the items up to speed so that way they can run into a cactus. That'll probably be over here somewhere. Let's go ahead and plant this bad boy. For those of you that don't know, cactus pretty much destroys any item that it comes in contact with. So what we're going to do is just shoot items into it. That way they get instantly destroyed instead of waiting for them to despawn. Now, before we put our water streams in, it'd probably be smart to get this thing wired up. So what we're going to do is throw repeaters into the blocks that contain our redstone torches. So that way we can power them on and off. And we're also going to run a redstone line behind each of these droppers right here. And we'll connect that all up to a redstone clock, which will be controlled by a lever. I do need to relocate this lever because it does lock up the hopper behind it, obviously. But yeah, you can see how everything's shooting out now on timing with the redstone clock. So what we're going to do is turn this off real quick because we're shooting out useful stuff. So I need to get all these books and everything else put away. Everything we're going to keep, I need to get put in our storage chest. And then, we'll finish setting up the system after that. So before we can declare this system operational, we need to do some work to our item chain, our hopper chain, our chest chain, whatever you want to call it. Let me go ahead and break this real quick. And right now, basically what we have is a row of hoppers feeding into each other. And let me get this chest out of here. That works for storage, having hoppers feed down and then into a chest in front of it, because once the hopper gets filled up, the one on top of that will start filling up the next chest and so on. But that's not going to work for unloading. So where did that hopper go? I need that. Okay. So for unloading, what we're going to have to do is we're going to have a hopper feeding into a chest, which feeds into a hopper, which feeds into a chest, which feeds into a hopper, which feeds into a chest. And this is how we're going to do that. Let me put this in here right here, and let me grab some of this stuff and load it up for demonstration purposes. So we'll throw all of these in this top hopper right here, which is what our AFK fish farm actually feeds into, so you can see the actual chain of events that occur here. get all these loaded up and whatever else is left over, that guy right there. So you can see that this top hopper feeds into that chest in front of it, which feeds into this hopper, which feeds into that chest, which feeds into that hopper, which feeds into that chest, which feeds into this hopper, which feeds into the dropper down below. Whew. All right, so now everything should be ready to go, and I have everything kind of cleaned up right here. So you can see right here, we have all our chests loaded up with a bunch of useless items, and if we flick this switch right here, we should see these chests begin to empty out, which is shooting items down into our water stream, which is now in place, which is shooting them into a cactus, and you can kind of see it. Maybe we should get a better view. So let's see if we can see anything. Yep, there it goes. See? So right now we have our items being disposed of, which is awesome. Mission accomplished. Let's go get started on our project for today. Our actual project for today, which is going to be a sugarcane farm. We're going to build a sugarcane farm today, guys. So while I'm down here gathering resources, let me go ahead and give you guys an update on the slime farm we built last episode. Let me go ahead and break this real quick so we can see inside. And you can see I did the repairs that were necessary. That thing that was too wide, I made it, the dimensions that was supposed to be. So everything is good there. And this thing has far surpassed my expectations. It's given us plenty of slime, and I can't wait to get this thing done. I mean, it's only 2 levels tall right now. So we still have much more efficiency to come out of it. And it's working great. As you can see, it's working great. When I did come down here to do the repairs, you can see I had to add more chests here. That's because this thing was filled up. Everything was stopped running. I thought something was wrong, but it wasn't. This thing, and this top chest is already filling up. That means these 2 are already full. I do have some items in here from when I did the repairs. Let me go ahead and get those out of here real quick. What we're going to do today involves a bunch of slime blocks. So what I'm going to do is craft a bunch of those, and then I'll meet you guys back up on the surface. Yeah. Going, gone. As you guys know, our town consists of a series of concentric circles, and up here on this top circle right here is where we'll have our farms. You see we got our wheat right here. Over here we have our pumpkins, and a little bit past that we'll probably have our melons here or so. And this little pillar that's sticking out here, that's going to be the side of one of our beacons. And this is about 50 blocks diagonal from center. We'll have one of those at every 45-degree mark. Right here, these cobblestone outlines, those are going to be our sugarcane farms. And we're going to set those up in towers, I guess. Yeah, well, not I guess. Definitely towers. I already have it kind of in my head how it's going to look. So let me go ahead and gather some supplies, and I will meet you back here in just a few minutes. All right, so if I outline this correctly, down the center right here is where we're going to have our redstone, which means on each side we're going to have a piston. And that piston will push slime blocks into our sugarcane, which will be right here on top of this dirt, which means right here is where we need to add our water streams. So we'll put this down to signify that's where the water stream is going to go. And each of these is going to be about 6 long, so 6. And that means right here is where we'll have a drop into our collection system. Yeah, so let me go ahead and get some of this built out real quick. All right, so we need to put a piston in right here. And then we can go ahead and break this. We can break these guys. And we need to put a block behind that piston, because when we power that block, it's going to power the pistons on both sides. So we can run the redstone down like this. And how I'm going to activate this, my plan anyway, is to use observers observing a cactus growing. And because cactus grows it takes about 18 minutes for cactus to grow. It takes about 18 minutes for sugarcane to grow, more or less. So we're going to have an observer observing a cactus, which means we need to have a repeater coming out of this observer into that block right there. So we'll put that there, and we do need a delay on it. Actually, you know what? Let me go ahead and show you how it goes without the delay. So I'll show you the issue that we have here. All right, so we got everything how it should be, more or less. So what's going to happen here is when this cactus grows, it's going to set off that observer, which is going to power that repeater, which is going to power that block, which is going to power our piston. But without the delay, the slime blocks just kind of stay out there. It retracts too fast. So we need to put a little delay on there. So that way, let me get this delay in here. All right, so that way, once our cactus grows and powers that observer, it will actually push out and then retract, which is what we want. And that cactus ate my slime block. Stupid cactus. So since we're making liberal use of slime blocks in this build, we need some blocks that the slime blocks can't stick to. So right here we have obsidian, which is nice but expensive. Next to that we have a furnace, and I could work with that. Right here we have glazed terracotta, I don't know. And over here we have leaves. And you might have already guessed which one of these blocks I chose, considering what's in my hand currently. So let me head back over here and we'll build some more. All right, so glass is done cooking. We can bring that over here. You see we got the leaves up. The glass and the leaves are multi-purpose, and they do serve kind of the same purpose. So what the leaves are going to do is they're going to keep our sugarcane from flying off to the sides whenever it gets harvested. Just like the glass, it's going to keep it from flying off into the center of town when it gets harvested, because if this wasn't here to block it, it would actually get catapulted to the center of town, and we want them to go directly into the water stream. They also look nicer. You know, it's nice to have windows on buildings, and we can actually see inside, make sure everything's working and everything looks good. The leaves, you know, it kind of fills in the gaps around here, so it's not so ugly. Otherwise, you'd see into the interior, into all the mechanics, which, you know, So I'm going to go ahead and try to work on the exterior now. I'm going to try to get some of this built out. So our farm just harvested because our cactus grew, but it grew by 1, and so did the sugarcane on average. Which means we need to actually bring this down a little bit because we need the cactus to grow by 2. Obviously, I can't believe I missed that. So 18 minutes per growth. So what we need to do is when this cactus grows by 2, we need to bring it back down to 1 so it gives the sugarcane time to grow again. So we'll throw a piston right there. We'll throw a block on the front of that. So that way, once it harvests, this block will also extend and break the cactus, which will reset it back to, you know, everything has to grow twice. Let me sleep real quick and we'll figure the rest of that out in the morning. Now, I hope you guys don't mind that I'm kind of like figuring things out in front of you, because I like to just build in survival. I don't like to really pre-plan stuff too much. So let's see, we need to bring this out. We need to power that block right there. So what we're going to have to do is get some redstone out. And we can take the signal out of this block. We need to move it over there. That's not what I wanted to do. Let me break. Okay. We need to throw a repeater into that block. So to power that block, which means we also need to take our redstone and just bring it back here and then circle around into the repeater, which means once that block gets a signal, it will go around into that repeater, power the piston. The piston will shoot that block out, break the cactus, and everything should be good. All right. And I'm just kind of waiting around to see if this works. I want to kind of see it work naturally. So right now I'm just watching, I'm waiting. And there we go. Sugarcane harvested, cactus broke back down to 1. Awesome. Before I get started back on the exterior, I think it's smart to have a collection system in place since our farm is harvesting. All I really did was dug some trenches from each of our farms and just have them run into the same water stream into a central collection area. I'm going to slab over this to make sure I don't fall in. And now I think we can go ahead and give it a quick test run, just to make sure everything's making it down to the chest because we don't want stuff to get caught up somewhere. So let's see, sugarcane's going to fall in there. It's going to fall in there. And once we get these built up, it will fall into here. It will fall into here. And it will fall into this one and this one right here. So that's 6 chests. So we should see 6 chests in this chest right here. And yep, there we go. Cool. I guess we should find a way to get rid of these cactus species that are dropping. So we'll just put a block right there to destroy them, and we'll take water, we'll put that over there and route everything to its destruction. I know I've been talking about working on the exterior and I haven't shown any of that because it still needs some consideration. So I'm going to go ahead and step up to the second story. Right now I'm going to put these signs in here like this. And what I want to make sure is that if we put water in them, does everything just fall straight through the water, past the signs, into that first water stream? I think it does. All right, so that's going to work, which means we can go ahead and plant our sugarcane. So right now I'm just getting the mechanics of the upper floors in my head, and I think what we're going to do, instead of using cacti on every level, it's easier just to kind of step up the redstone, and this way all the floors are in sync, but also with that repeater right there, it'll have a bit of a delay between each floor, so we'll get a nice cascade effect as each of them go off. So I like this blue stained glass right here. Oh, back to the exterior. I had some thoughts on the exterior, and now we're back to that. So what we're going to do is I was experimenting with different colors of glass, and I think we're going to go with the light blue because I really do like that. And we're going to have stone on top and on the bottom between each floor, and the walls are going to be in a color of terracotta. I think we're doing green for this one, and I think we're going to do a different color for each tower. Those are my thoughts right now, but you know, we made some progress with the glass. So I mean, that's a step forward, right? We're going to need a lot more blue dye. Oh, let me go ahead and show you guys this real quick. Right here, this is the future side of our flower farm, and it overlaps biomes. So right here, we'll be able to get our blue dye from where it's a swamp, and over there, we'll be able to get our reds and our yellows right next to our future cactus farm where we'll get our greens. All right, I'm back. Once again, not working on the exterior. I want to give that some more thought, but we've got the mechanical portion of our farm mostly done. Why is that frozen? I'm not wearing my Frostwalker boots. Oh, probably because we're up so high. So what I may need to do is add some lighting down under there so we can keep that block, that source block, nice and warm and well lit. So I think we'll probably just go ahead and we'll use glowstone for that, since we do have a source of glowstone now. I didn't tell you guys we have a cleric in our village, and clerics do sell glowstone, which is awesome. So we'll just put that in there like that, and we'll probably have to do the same thing, maybe. Did I just get harvested? I just got harvested. Anywho, like I was saying, the internals are done, the mechanics are done, and I brought the exterior up, the basic exterior up from the bottom, the same way we have it. It looks very plain. It looks kind of ugly and drab. So what we're going to do is go down here and we're going to work in some awesome details. All right, so I think I figured out what I want to do. Obviously, we're going to vary up the stone, so we always do. It makes it look a lot more interesting. But I like the cobblestone walls in front of the green. I think it makes the green work better, even though you're seeing less of it. I don't know, maybe I'm crazy. So I think what we're going to do is carry this design up these 4 floors, and they're all going to look the same, so I'm not going to do it on camera, but the very tippy top floor will be slightly different. So I'll meet you guys again once we get back up there. All right, so all our farming floors are complete, and for our very top floor, this is just for decoration. We're just going to have it go up 2 instead of 3, and what we're going to do is just kind of bring it in 1 as well, so it's going to be skinnier than the other floors. And what this is going to do, it's going to let us put like more of an emphasis on the roof, I think. At least it should. That's my hope. That's my goal. So I kind of wanted to go with a different shape for the roof than I normally do. And we've got a bunch of half slabs and stairs to keep it non-spawnable. You see, these are full blocks. They stick up a half slab above the rest of the half slabs. So obviously we're going to put something over those. But I want this roof to be completely non-spawnable because we have had issues with mobs spawning on our roof in the past. And I think that may be what cost us some villagers in our iron golem, possibly. We'll talk about that more next episode. We'll get these stairs up here to make this non-spawnable. And we'll probably put something in the middle, maybe a glowstone and some cobblestone walls, I think. But yeah, I think this is an interesting shape for the roof. It's not, just straight. It's varied. So I think that looks pretty cool. I don't think I have any glowstone on me. So let me go get that real quick. And bada boom. All right. So that'll definitely look better at night, but it should work. Maybe. How about we go down to the bottom and we find out. These slime block pillars, they're so awesome because if you hit them just right, oh, that's so much fun. It's never going to get old. Okay, so yeah, that's looking pretty cool. Let's get a little bit further back. We probably need to go further than that. Let's go super far out here and we'll see how it looks. I'm thinking it's probably going to look pretty good. This is the first time I'm really seeing it from a distance. So let's turn around and, oh yeah, I do like that. That is awesome. It's like a little sugarcane pagoda. All right, so we got 2 more of these to build. All right, so let me go ahead and tell you guys that I was not planning on doing these other 2 towers in the video. I had other plans. Because I was anticipating slime blocks to be a limiting factor. Clearly, that is not the case. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to cancel the rest of my plans for this video, and I'm going to go ahead and work on these towers while they're still fresh in my head. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put on a little building music, and I think we're just going to go ahead and blast through these real quick. So let's do it. Okay. That is done, and that is looking awesome, if I do say so myself. We have the big one in the middle, the two on the sides are the same size, and I think they're looking pretty good, and I am so glad that I decided to tackle those today while everything was still fresh in my head. The big one took less time than the first one. The third one took even less time than that. Let's check on our chest right here and see how much sugarcane we've gotten while we were building. Full disclosure, I've already looked in this and I am definitely impressed. About a stack and a half of this doesn't belong. This was actually in my inventory. So I actually put about a stack and a half in here, so ignore that. But we are going to need more storage because this is about to get full. So let me go ahead and take care of that real quick and I'll be right back with you. We'll put that in there and everything should start emptying out into those chests. Very good. And we'll have to make paper pretty regularly because that will fill up fairly often. But, you know, that'll hold us till we get a dedicated storage system set up. Do you guys want to tour these buildings? I mean, there's not a whole lot to see in here. You know, you saw it being built and we're not going to do too much to the interior. We can watch them go off. If I can put a... No. Hey, my slime block. We can watch this nice little cascade effect going up. It's pretty cool to watch these things go off. And we can check out the middle one as well. The first one I know works. I'm stuck! If you're wondering why these things are built so close together, it's actually to keep our villagers safe. It's to prevent mobs from being able to travel wherever they want. So I thought maybe we could do it with constructions and, you know, find more creative ways to block their paths than just fences everywhere. All right, we can check this one, make sure all our timings are correct. We do get our cascade effect, pretty cool. This thing is so fun to watch go off. All right, so let's head back. We do have to go all the way around again to get back. I hate this landscaper here. We'll take care of all the landscaping in our city at some point in the future. I know it's kind of ugly right now. That's going to be one big project unto itself. I think everything is probably already loaded into the chest. Pretty cool. So yeah, let's go over here. We'll take one more look at it. I am very happy with this. I think this turned out really cool. Now we have something else in our town aside from the enchanted pickaxe, and I'm pretty happy with how today's project turned out. We got a lot more done than I was expecting to. But before we end the episode, there is one other thing that we need to take care of. Ow! Record. Oh, we need a bouncer in here because one of our patrons at the enchanted pickaxe is shooting arrows all over the place, and it is not good. Where did he come from? Chad, did that man spawn in here or did he walk in to stay safe from the sun? You tell me now. Chad, talk to me. Maybe we do need to add some more lighting. Maybe around here? I think he was in this corner when I walked in. I don't know. Anyway, have you seen Dwight? I need to talk to Dwight. Dwight, my man, just the guy I was looking for. So I know you like paper. And here's the thing. I have a whole bunch of paper to sell you. So can we do some business? Yeah. Give me this. You can't just drop my emeralds on the ground. You're crazy, Dwight. You crazy. All right. So what I'm going to do is trade a bunch of this paper to Dwight because we need some emeralds because there is something I want to buy. Which means we're also going to be doing business with Mr. Hanzo today. And Mr. Hanzo, I hear you like to sell swords. Well, I have a proposition for you. I am willing to give you 14 emeralds for this diamond sword right here. Do you accept? Pleasure doing business with you, sir. Alright, so once again, we find ourselves in the Flying Wolfman because there is a specific set of enchantments I want to add to that sword. And I think it's in one of these chests, but the problem is I have to go through them all to figure out where it is. Nope. Not in there. Definitely not in there. Not in there. Here, like what I'm looking for is like, do you remember we were building this ship and I had this dedicated chest full of nether stuff, nether enchantments? Well, I don't know where it is. I don't know where to put it. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. It's at the house. We came all this way for nothing. Sorry about that wild goose chase, guys. We're back in our attic with Mr. Hanzo, and we have our Smite 5 Mending Looting 3 book right here. And what I want to do is I want to combine that with this book right here, which basically just has Unbreaking 3 on it. So we're going to go ahead and combine those at a cost of 20 levels. Levels, to be honest, aren't such a big deal. We get them for doing nothing. We get them from AFK fishing. So let's go ahead and make that. And I want to add that to our sword right here because we need this awesome, awesome sword, which is going to be Unbreaking 3, Smite 5, Mending, and Looting at a cost of 22 levels. And like I said, levels aren't a big deal, but I do want to name this thing. So we're going to call this sword... Give me a moment here. We're going to call this sword the Skull Scavenger. And I think you know what time it is. So the plan for next episode is to commence with Project Altered Beast phase whatever we're on now. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to collect Wither Skulls so we can get that Wither boss battle going on. And then we can get our Nether Star, we can get our beacon, and so on and so forth. But you see our sugarcane towers in the background looking super awesome. I'm really happy with how they turned out. So if you like what you've seen today, please feel free to share, like, subscribe. This is all the time I have for today. As always, I just want to thank you guys for hanging out with me. I really do deeply appreciate it. And until next time, I am Lobo, and I'll see you guys later.